Want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly of Pickering? Stay tuned, and we're getting into it right after this. Hey, what's going on? My name is Brad Gates and I'm a realtor here in the Durham region. If this is your first time to the channel or watching any of my videos, be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post a new video. In this video, I'm going to be covering off the pros and the cons of living in Pickering. And if you stick around to the very end, I have one which is right down the middle. I get people reaching out from all over the world and different parts of the GTA who are looking to move here, and I absolutely love it. So if you are looking to relocate here, you can call, text, email, send the carrier pigeon, whatever is easiest for you, and I'm here to make your move so much easier. So let's get right into it. So this time I'm going to start with the cons and then we will move on to the pros. So our first con is there is a nuclear power plant. And it's located in the south part of Pickering, which is right by Lake Ontario on Montgomery Park Road. And it's kind of located right in between Sandy Beach Road and Brock Road. The bad part about this is Pickering has a nuclear power plant. The good part about it is I haven't seen any three-eyed fish there. If you've watched The Simpsons, you know what I'm talking about. Another good thing about it is OPG, the Pickering location, it has about 3,000 jobs. So that is a good thing for the Pickering economy, and they're actually pretty good paying jobs. So our second con is the beach that is in Pickering is actually located right next to the power plant. So it's kind of this eyesore there. So if you're planning a day at the beach, you go to the beach, you look to the east and you see a power plant. I guess another bad part about that is when you're there, it kind of reminds you of that Simpsons episode and you start looking for three-eyed fish while you're swimming in the water. Our third con is Pickering is the most expensive city within the Durham region. So they sit at about $827,000 as an average house price based on July of 2020. Ajax sits at $758,000. Whitby slowly behind that at $750,000. And then you have Oshawa on the lower side of that scale at $612,000. Now, when you're comparing this to other cities within that same 40-kilometer radius to Union Station, Pickering is actually pretty affordable. So the closest ones that I could really reference is Richmond Hill, which the average house price there is $1,130,000. And then Vaughan, which has an average house price of $1,090,000. And then you have Brampton, which sits at just a little bit more at $851,000. So our fourth con is high property tax. So if you've watched my other pros and cons videos of Oshawa, Whitby, Ajax, this is a con for all of them. And within the Durham region, all the cities really have that high tax rate. Pickering sits at 1.06%, and that includes the city portion, the region portion, which would be the Durham region, and then it also includes the educational part. And if you want to compare it to other cities, Toronto sits at 0.6%, Richmond Hill is at 0.65%, Vaughan is at 0.67%, and Brampton is at 0.95%. The bright side is Pickering is the least populated. It has the most green spaces, and you do get more house for your money if you're going to compare it to these neighboring cities with the lower property tax rates. Our fifth con is there's no official downtown. So if you're looking for that place where you can park your car and walk and bar hop, you don't really have that. The closest you would have to this would be the Nautical Village, which is located on the south part of Pickering, right by Frenchman's Bay. It's a really cool little village, definitely worth checking out. But Pickering doesn't have that official downtown that you can go to and do the things that I mentioned earlier. Our sixth con is if you are commuting by car. So the 401 is an absolute disaster. And during the summer, you deal with construction. During the winter, you're dealing with slippery roads, wet conditions, and then lots of accidents. It is a con anywhere within the GTA, unless you're living downtown Toronto and you're working there. But if you have to commute to Toronto every day, prefer to have that more suburban lifestyle, you do have to deal with the 401 traffic, unfortunately. So now that we got the cons out of the way, let's jump on to our pros. Our first pro is actually the GO Train Express. So you can make it from the Pickering GO Station, which is right by Pickering Town Center, to Union Station in 30 minutes direct. They do offer quite a few different express trains, and if you wanted to take the GO Bus, you could take the GO Bus. It's about 34 minutes. The cost per trip to go from Pickering to Union Station is $9.40. Our second pro is Durham Live. So this is a new development that's going to be opening up very soon in Pickering, and it's going to pump in approximately 10,000 jobs, directly and indirect jobs, and it's going to definitely put Pickering on the map. It's going to come with a casino, shopping, hotel, indoor water park. It's going to be having restaurants and so many more things that are going to be coming there. Our third pro is actually most areas have lots of green space. So when you're driving through Pickering, you see lots of trees and open green space. There are homes and subdivisions and everything like that, but you do notice a lot of green. And this is due to the green spaces, which has all the trees and the conservation areas that are here. Our fourth pro is the distance to the Toronto Zoo. So within Pickering, you're about 12-minute drive to year-round access of over 5,000 animals and 710 acres of property that the Toronto Zoo sits on. You can get a family pass for about $185 per year. Our fifth pro is it's the most affordable city actually attached to Toronto. So if you're going to compare it to other cities, you'll notice like Pickering sits at an average of $827,000, and then you have places like Richmond Hill, you're at $1,130,000. Vaughan would be $1,090,000. Brampton $851,000. But then you have like Mississauga, which is there, which has an average of $909,000. So the price points comparing to other cities attached to Toronto, Pickering is actually really affordable. Our sixth pro is the Nautical Village. So this is a mini downtown that's within Pickering. It's on the south part of Pickering, right by Lake Ontario. That the little Nautical Village itself, as you're driving through it, it looks like it's something that could be in a movie. It's got the little shops and then the little condos that are above those shops. It's definitely something that you should check out if you are living here, or if you're moving here, or if you're just visiting. It's definitely something to check out. Now the one right down the middle is the potential Pickering Airport. So this is still something that nobody knows if it's going to happen. It's been talked about for 40 years and nobody knows for sure if it's going to happen. That's why I put potential Pickering Airport. If it does happen, then you're going to see lots more planes that are going to be flying overhead. So there will be noise with that. You'll see increased traffic within Pickering because you're going to have people driving pretty much throughout, depending on where you're coming from, but pretty much from all over the GTA radius of people that would be going to Pearson. You're going to see them now coming to the Pickering Airport if it's closer to them, and you'll have lots of farmers that are going to be losing their land. So these are some of the bad things associated with if the potential Pickering Airport actually happens. If it doesn't happen, then you're going to see potentially more development coming in here because it is prime real estate that I'm sure the government would want to be put to good use. If it doesn't get developed into something, then the positive is the farmers just can continue farming that land. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you know of other people who are looking to move to Pickering, maybe share the video with them. Let them know that there's a channel dedicated to helping people move to the Greater Toronto Area. If you forgot at the beginning, subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post new videos. I do release videos every single week, so it is something that if you want to be notified, subscribe. I have people reaching out from all over the world and different parts of the GTA, and I absolutely love it. So if you are looking at relocating here, you can call, text, email, send your three-eyed fish, whatever is easiest for you, and I'm here to make your move and relocation go so much easier. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my future videos.